The Super Mario Galaxy movie made it very clear that Mario and Peach are completely in love with each other. With that in mind, did you know it's only a matter of time before these two lovebirds get married? First meeting. Their relationship has been developing a lot in the movies produced by Illumination, since it became very clear in Super Mario Galaxy that the mustached hero is in love with Peach, something even Luigi and Yoshi noticed. Some scenes also make it clear that the princess feels the same way, especially when she kisses Mario on the cheek at the very end of the movie. But their chemistry had already started to grow in the first movie, and we see that when Mario invites Peach to visit Brooklyn and she accepts. And what if Super Mario 3 starts exactly with the plumber taking the princess to visit Brooklyn, almost like a date? That would definitely lead to several cute and funny scenes, since it's a place completely different from the Mushroom Kingdom. Maybe it's during this moment that Mario and Peach finally share a real kiss, officially becoming a couple. But that would be just the beginning. Today we're going to talk all about Mario and Peach's wedding in Super Mario 3.
You know what's starting. It's another awesome Cinewave!
Mario's family. If Mario and Peach's meeting in Brooklyn really happens, it's very likely that we'll see Mario's family return. They didn't get much focus in Super Mario Galaxy, but with the plumber starting to date the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom, it's expected that Peach will meet his relatives, and that would result in another very funny scene, since Mario's family is ridiculously big and chaotic, so they would all be talking non-stop, not even letting Mario or Peach get a word in. And of course, someone would make a joke about the princess being too good for Mario. In the end, considering Peach's past, she would most likely love to meet Mario's family. She herself spent years without knowing her original family, and only managed to do that in Super Mario Galaxy, when she reunited with her sister Rosalina. So seeing a big, united, and happy family like Mario's would probably make her very happy. After all, whether we like it or not, they are much more similar to Peach than the Toads from the Mushroom Kingdom, and it must always feel good for her to meet other humans like Mario and Luigi. Wedding. But what about the wedding itself? When would it happen? We think it could still happen in Super Mario 3, but only at the very end, after Mario's crew defeats the villain of the story. The main reason we think that is because the Mario movies are made by Illumination, the same studio behind Despicable Me, and if you've watched Despicable Me 2, you probably remember that the story ended with Gru and Lucy's wedding scene, after they fell in love during the movie. Their relationship developed much faster than Mario and Peach's, but we can use that as a reference to conclude that these two might also get married at the end of the next film. Just like Gru and Lucy's wedding, we believe it won't happen immediately after the villain's defeat in Super Mario 3. It makes more sense to think that after the main story of the movie ends, there will be a small time skip of a few months, or even 1 or 2 years, to reach the princess and the plumber's wedding, so the film can end in the cutest way possible. So are you also excited to see Peach and Mario getting married? If so, comment down below, #wedding. Bowser at the wedding. It's impossible to talk about Mario and Peach getting married without also talking about how Bowser would react to it, since the King of the Koopas has always been hopelessly in love with the princess of the Mushroom Kingdom, and has been willing to annihilate anyone in his way to marry her. What will Bowser think when he sees that Mario, his arch-enemy, managed to win over the heart of his beloved? Naturally, the most obvious thing to assume is that Bowser will be furious and will do everything he can to destroy the hero once and for all. He might even crash the wedding to kidnap Peach. It would be amazing if the movie ended with the wedding taking place, until Bowser shows up, and then both Mario and Peach get ready to fight him, showing that they're still ready to stand against evil, even now that they're married. However, we also need to remember that Bowser seems to be going through some character development. In Super Mario Galaxy, he reformed and became a better person, until he went back to being a tyrant because of his son. You can tell that the King of the Koopas has the potential to become a true hero, and the chances of that happening in the next movie are high. If that really is the case, it's totally possible that Bowser shows up at the wedding, not to interrupt it or kidnap Peach, but to congratulate the couple and wish them happiness, showing that he has moved on from his past as a villain and from his feelings for Peach. Would you like to see Bowser becoming friends with Mario's crew in the next movie, or do you prefer that he stays a villain? Luigi and Daisy. If Mario and Peach really become a couple in Super Mario 3, it won't just change things for them, but also for the other characters. One example is Luigi. He was one of the first to support Mario's feelings for the princess, but how will Luigi react when his brother starts spending much more time with Peach than with him? It's very possible that Luigi will feel jealous and a bit left out, even though he's happy for Mario. But anyone who watched the post-credit scene of Super Mario Galaxy knows very well that Princess Daisy is going to show up in the next adventure of of the plumbers, and Daisy is to Luigi what Peach is to Mario. In other words, there's a very high chance that Luigi will fall in love in this movie. This new crush might leave him so distracted that he even forgets about Mario and Peach, which would make him finally understand his brother. Now the question is, will Luigi and Daisy already start dating in this movie? It would be impressive if they reached that level right after meeting, because it would show that not every romance develops slowly like Mario and Peach's. The beginning of everything. If you think the plumber and the princess are taking too long to get married in the movie universe, that's because you don't know how it's even worse in the games, where a few things have hinted that they like each other, but nothing has ever been officially confirmed. In the movies, Mario and Peach met when the hero entered her castle to ask for help, since Luigi was trapped in Bowser's kingdom. That scene already showed it was love at first sight, with the two looking at each other in slow motion like in a romance movie. Meanwhile, Peach was startled by that human she had never seen before and knocked him down with a pretty painful move. Now, the way they met in the games is very different, since they've known each other since they were babies, as shown in the game Yoshi's Island. It's kind of surreal to think they've known each other for so long in that alternate timeline, but at the same time, it's nice because it shows they are longtime friends. So when Mario goes to rescue Peach after she's been kidnapped by Bowser, it's not just because she's a princess in danger.
By subscribing, you make sure no new animation content slips by you.
Mario's love. The first time the plumber showed he was in love with Peach wasn't in a game, but in a Japanese Super Mario animation released in 1986, just 1 year after the first game called Super Mario Bros. This animation has a story that's somewhat similar to the Illumination movie, with Mario and Luigi living in the real world until they end up traveling to the Mushroom Kingdom. However, staying more faithful to the first game, the brothers need to go rescue Peach. And another very clear thing in this version of the story is that Mario is deeply in love with the princess and dreams of marrying her after rescuing her. But that's where the disappointment comes in. After rescuing her, he discovers that Peach already has a fiancé and isn't available. Even though he's sad, he accepts it and moves on with his life. After all, Peach was a person with her own life and not a prize. It's a really great lesson, but thankfully his relationship with Peach is very different in the Illumination movies, where it's clear that the two truly love each other. First kiss. Do you remember the kiss Peach gave Mario at the end of the second movie? The truth is, Peach has given several similar kisses to the plumber in other media. The very first one happened in the Japanese animation released in 1986, where she gives him a kiss on his big nose as a thank you for saving her. The first time this happened in the games was in Super Mario World, when she kissed him on the cheek after being rescued, and you can see how affected Mario was by it. Luckily for Mario, those were just the first of many kisses, with Peach kissing his nose again in Super Mario 64 after he defeated Bowser. This time, the princess also baked him a cake. Despite all of this, Peach and Mario have never shared a kiss on the lips in the games, which suggests that they still aren't officially dating. It's possible that they like each other, but just haven't moved to the next level in their relationship yet. Or could it be that the Peach from the games doesn't like Mario in that way? After all, in New Super Mario Bros. U, the princess kisses any character who rescues her, whether it's Mario, Luigi, or even Toadette, indicating that this is simply her way of thanking whoever saves her and that there's nothing romantic about it. Marriage proposal. Even though Mario and Peach aren't officially a couple in the games, Super Mario Odyssey, one of the most beloved games in the franchise, almost ended with the two of them getting married. Can you believe it? This happened when Bowser was once again trying to force the princess to marry him, but then Mario shows up, and this time the plumber does something much bolder than just defeating the King of the Koopas. He also proposes to Peach, forcing the princess to choose between marrying Bowser or Mario. But Peach felt completely overwhelmed, which led her to reject both of their proposals. Yeah, kinda disappointing, but what can you do? What matters is that, in the end, she asked Mario to leave with her, showing that the two are still friends even after everything. And maybe Mario still has a chance with the princess, even in the game's timeline. Peach turning him down doesn't mean she has no feelings for him, but rather that she simply isn't ready for that kind of commitment. That's how things are in the games, right? Because the Illumination movies seem determined to develop Mario and Peach's romance much faster. You can bet that the next movie will have a scene similar to the one in Odyssey, where Mario proposes to the princess, but this time, it might end with Peach actually accepting the proposal instead of rejecting it.
To keep it going, we've left 2 videos that are totally your style. Pick one and keep watching with us. Thanks, and see you next time.